you're kicking your feet up, you're relaxing, you're trying to keep your cortisol as low as possible, especially for those ladies who were being switched around.
Right.
If you came in saying or believing that this is your time, and it may not be your time, you can then let that cortisol start to rise. And so a lot of that would be maintaining your composure, recognizing that the show is not over with and there's still work to do, and it still may possibly be your day, depending on who that person is.
Phil, you had a chance to share with us a few anecdotes when you were competing and what it was like on that final day. What are the athletes in the Classic, the Open, what are they going through right now?
Oh man, they're having to do their best not looking at their cell phone. They have to do their best to go through like their posing routine,
right.
Because here, in my opinion, it's actually being judged. So they have to really go through that choreography. This is the music that is going to be played that they selected, and they have to hit those poses really hard and sharp, but not overdo it because they're going to come back and do the confirmation round. And as we saw last night, those judges did work them. So I would be not shocked if those judges worked them a little bit more tonight.
I thought it was pretty interesting how they kept going. It was like, and they asked the audience, do you want to see another round? And they kept throwing down. I think the athletes were looking like, dude, really? We're going to go again? But they bought into it.
That's how it works, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through it, time and time again.
Yeah.
So, when Big Steve says it, you got to be prepared. And what we saw last night with Derek, he actually got better. He seems like the bodybuilder, if you look at his entire career in Open.
Yeah.
As the show goes on, he actually gets tighter. Whereas Samson kind of, I wouldn't say got worse, but he just wasn't as sharp, right? So we're going to have to, see and hope that these confirmation rounds are going to go in, maybe Samson's favor by not posing as hard during that posing routine, because he really loves to get really into that. And when you do that a little bit too much, you might be leaving a little bit more meat on that bone than you should.
And full disclosure, we are just to the side of the main stage. It is literally, 30 feet this way,
Yeah.
and we're just waiting. So when we were able to look at it last night, the amount of extra chairs they've added, I'll ask all of you the same question. The amount of extra chairs they added, they've gone to the balconies, they're all full. It was packed last night. As a competitor, when you walk out there, where are your eyes focused? Are you going, holy cow, they've added another 2,000 or 3,000 fans here?
Well, you're trying not to.
That's right.
You're trying to hone in on where those judges are.
Yeah.
You're going to hone in on that one individual. It's kind of like a performance. Like you have this person, and then you're finding out maybe where your wife is, and then you're finding out maybe where your coach is. And you usually, if you're me, you're going to have people on the left, in the center, and on the right. So when you're moving around doing your routine, you know exactly where your sticking points are.
Sydney is an 8-time Olympia champion. Where were your eyes? Were you always trying to look at the judges, like mind-willing them, give them the Jedi mind trick? Pick me champion, pick me champion.
In the morning, yes.
Yeah.
It's very much a, this is my show. I'm trying to tell you why I am Miss Olympia and why I will remain Miss Olympia. That's the vibe I gave at prejudging. At the finals, I give that same vibe, but at the Olympia, it's very far away. So I can't even see my judges, really. I see a little box. So I kind of just zone out and go into full, like, my Beyonce mode and kind of just glance around everywhere. But unlike Phil, I can't move the stage. I am in one box. I stay there and turn, and a lot of my posing style is very, like, Michael Jackson-y is what I call it, where I'm usually on one foot at one time. Usually that's the front and the back pose. Every other time I'm standing on one foot. So if I start turning my head too much or moving too much, I'm going to lose my balance. And so for me, I kind of just keep one focal point. Maybe it's an empty chair, and I stare at that chair and then work it as if I'm looking out into the crowd, but I'm really not.
Are you thinking about what you're doing, or you've got a song in your head? What goes through your mind when you're up there?
Oh, if I know the song, I'm singing the song in my head, and I'm in a full, like, I am in a performance mode. I am like, oh, this is my moment. I'm about to shine. Watch.
That's impressive. Nick, you've been coming here for, what, a couple decades now?
About 16 years, yeah.
What has been the most impressive thing to you? This is the 37th annual Arnold Classic. What's been the most impressive thing to you about the growth of not only the sport, but of the show?
Well, I think when I first started coming here, they were still holding it over at Veterans Memorial over across the street.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is so much bigger than that was. It's crazy to see the growth in the last couple of years compared to the size of that stadium.
Did you get a chance to go to the expo the last day or two?
I did. I went today.
Holy cow. If you have a problem, like, is it agoraphobia, where you're fear of crowds and stuff?
Yes.
Do not go there.
Do not. Shoulder to shoulder.
Yes.
It took me almost a half an hour just to get in and then to get back out, just to say hello to someone, and it was unbelievable. So the fans, they've turned out in force. The fans are here indeed, and we want to take you back to day number 1, Friday. If you weren't with us, first of all, where were you? And second of all, take a look at these highlights. These were amazing. We'll kick things off. Let's go with, what do you say, Fitness International?
Yes.
And some of the routines, Sid, were fantastic. Look at these ladies.
Pure power, pure strength, pure beauty, and just showing that it's another level to athleticism. You can't just stand there and pose. You actually have to move and have functional muscle.
question about it. I want to give congratulations to the eventual winner in that one. It was Jacqueline Baker out of New York City. She came out in a full-length fur,
Yes.
Jay-Z Blair, and she went nuts. That transition right there might have been the one of the night. Mid-air wardrobe change.
Also, that was Andrea's Fitness International debut, and she got top 5.
Miss Glass, her husband, you could hear him throughout the
Yes.
routine,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But this was your eventual winner as
Yes.
Jacqueline Baker got it done. And I think everyone at this table agreed that was the right choice.
Absolutely.
And it was a very easy choice, in my opinion. I mean, she was flawless in her routine. It was just the transitions were very, very smooth and very powerful.
And when you get a chance to shake the governor's hand, it was a great night. Congratulations to all those ladies. Fantastic performance across the board. Jacqueline Baker of New York City claimed title. And we can say that this young man, Logan Franklin, he